Hello everybody, we're back with another hydroponic biogas fertiliser video. As promised on the last video, I did say I was going to put a banana in the DWC hydroponic system, or the deep water culture. So behind me here, I have a few supplies of what I need. Let's have a closer look. For this build I'm using a 300ml shallow dish net pot, 20 litre bucket. Now a bit of a spoiler, I'm actually doing another video of these. I've got 10 of them hooked up in a recirculating hydroponic DWC system, whereas I have one reservoir that controls all 10 of them, and they're all hooked up. This guy here is a dwarf banana Nathan from Daly's Nursery in New South Wales. Now this is a super dwarf variety of bananas. This will actually grow to 1 metre and then it will start fruiting. And at the same time as last, we've got our clay balls from Second Nature Aquariums here in Orange. Any air hose that we need, another air stone, and the connector units here. Now the good thing about this is I was going to use the foam boxes, but it's a perfect fit. I don't have to cut anything, I can just do direct. So let's start putting this guy in. So here I'm just putting in some clay balls, just to fill the gaps a bit. Good thing about this net pot is it actually has quite large holes along the side, which is good for bananas because they tend to have thick roots. I'll just put a few more in. Now grab this guy and just tease the edge. You try and get him out. Oh, there we go. He's out. So the root structure here, nice and white. Now I think here, once I've got this down, I'll just give it a bit of a tease so I can get the plant down a little bit more, not sit above the dish because it is quite shallow. So just tease these roots out. And these are soil roots, so they'll be a bit tougher than water roots. Okie doke. So what I'm going to do now, pop this in here and fill it in. So just finish chopping this off now. So once again, this is going to be a biogas fertiliser only. I don't know if I said before, but I'm actually a qualified horticulturalist, so I do realise nutrient values, pHs, and all the goodness that plant needs. But for this, I'm just going to try and keep it simple for everyone. Things can be as hard or as easy as you like it to be, and I don't think things should always be hard. So I'm going to show you just easy way. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does, great. We can all try it at home. So I've got this fella settled in. I'll give you a quick look here. So is it here? So I half filled it, pushed the roots down, and then put the clay balls on top. So we're looking quite good there. On the side of this net pot is these holes. So I'm going to put the air pipe down through here. Now it's going to be a little bit tight against this edge, but I don't think it'll matter. The amount of air coming through will be sufficient. So we hook that through down there, pull it through, and then over here I've got the air stone. So I hook that in, push it towards the bottom of the bucket, and then I'll cut it and put the valve in. Air line's in. What I want to do is just cut there, put this valve in. Look, it might not be necessary, but if you want a fully adjustable system, you can put it in. And this onto there. And all I have to do is when we go to the greenhouse is figure out how much of this I need to hook to that poly pipe, cut it, and then put this little guy in. So as I said, this you just push it in and start screwing and it will seal itself. Here we are back in the greenhouse. As you can see, tomatoes got some nice flowers hours peering on it. That's good. Okay, so this is the airline that you want to hook into. And what I've got here is the insert. As I said, all I have to do is push this in, puncture it, and then screw this in, and then I can have the bucket hooked up to this airline. And what I might do is I'll give it a bit of extra slack just in case I need to move it just a bit more. But let's go ahead and do that, then I'll fill it up with the fertiliser and water. This here is a 20 litre drum of biogas concentrate, the fertiliser from the shed. So what I'm going to do before I do anything is do an EC reading on it. So you can see that's a lot higher. 2400. I'm going to have to dilute that quite a bit in that bucket to try and get it down to about maybe 800 to 1000 parts per million. So I'll put that in and I'll add water and then add the concentrate and then do more EC readings. At the moment I've got it to an acceptable level that I'm happy with. See, out of this 20 litre drum I've used this much of the concentrate and I've filled the bucket nearly to the top. Because I know the roots on this are only halfway to the bottom, so the roots have to touch this. So when the air starts bubbling, it'll force the water up into the clay balls anyway, so it'll hit the roots. Another point I'll address is foam boxes. Now, while these were free and they're good, you can see here, they weren't exactly watertight. Whereas these buckets here I picked up off Facebook Marketplace for, I think it was $4 a bucket with lids. That went to his daughter's, you know, just weekly little cash fund. So this, I'm quite happy now with the level. I'll get the EC reader going. From last I saw, so 11, yeah, that should be plenty. So I think this is now sitting at between 800 and 900. So depending on the type of plant and the nutrients it requires, the EC value will go down, leaving, I suppose, unused nutrients. So just have to keep check on that. But I'll whack this in for now and we'll get it up and running. As you can see here, the airline is hooked in, goes through that hole there and then into the bucket. So all that's left is to put this in the hole there. And that's that. And that water level should sustain it for quite a while. I don't suppose I'll really have to check on it for maybe a week or two. But yeah, I will come back and I'll do an update before I post this. So might see you guys in another 2 weeks.